Hi, I am going to review the LitJoy Magical Edition crate for the Burrow. And as you can see, there is, I believe that's Molly Weasley looking out of the Burrow. And the box is really cool. I mean, all of the LitJoy Magical Edition boxes are decorated really pretty. And even the bottom where the shipping label is decorated. So I really like the scene on the backside with Fred and George. And they're catching the gnomes and throwing them over the wall. So I think that's great. I love how all of these boxes are so creatively designed. They've become something that you want to hang on to. Although I will say I have quite the collection of boxes now, so maybe I won't be hanging on to them for long. So in doing this unboxing, I do want to share that I was missing the spoiler card in my box. So I have already contacted LitJoy. They're going to send me a spoiler card, but I don't have that to show you today. So to start with, I'm going to show you two things that were add-ons. So there's magical add-ons every month, and you do pay extra for them being an add-on. And I like to collect the Aloha Mora keys. I have the ones from the December, I'm trying to remember, I think it was Magical Alley, the December box, which was the first of the magical editions. And that was Borgin and Burke's and Honeydukes. So this month, being the Weasley Burrow theme, we have the Burrow and then the Ford Anglia. And then the other key, I believe that's probably the Weasley family house crest. But you can see how detailed these really are. Beautiful keys. And they do come in this nice velvet box, which goes into the cover like a drawer. I have been taking mine out and displaying them, but you could very well display them or keep them in the boxes. They're really nice boxes. And then I got the second key, and this one is Weasley's Wizarding Wheezes. And you can see the kind of the, whoop, it's going to come out, the symbol, and it says on it, Mayhem This Way. And the back doesn't have any writing on it, but it is finished. And then you have the Pygmy Puff and the Weasley Wizarding Wheezes shopping bag. What is really neat about this one, and I saw it in a preview, so you've got the Weasley logo on this side and on this side, but this is actually a keychain light. So that's really fun, a fun detail that makes it stand out and be a little bit different from the other keys. I'm not going to be using mine on my keychain, but I still thought that was a pretty cool thing to do. Put that away later. All right, next we have a pencil case or a storage case with stamps all over it. And this is a scene where the Weasleys are sending a letter to the Dursleys and they weren't sure how many stamps to use, so they covered the entire envelope with stamps. So that's a pretty cool detail. It's a really nice case. It's lined with like a vinyl material so that you could clean it up if you get ink or pen ink or pencil on it. So that's nice. Next we have a knit hat. I have a lot of hats, but this is a pretty cool one because, let me open it so I'm not talking over the crinkle, because it looks a lot like the hat that Ron wears in the movie. It's got the tassels and the tassel on top, and you definitely think this looks homemade. It looks like something that Molly would have knitted for him. So that is a pretty cool accessory to have in the Burrow box. Next we have what looks like a canning jar, and it says Magnificent Marmalade with the burlap on top. Mine was kind of loose, but I don't know that I'll store it with that on there anyway. It smells really good. It's just a candle. It definitely has a fruity marmalade, apricot, or citrusy smell to it. So this is probably one I'll burn rather than keep it on my shelf, but it's a nice candle. Then we have in this white box a very memorable item from the Weasley household. Kind of hard to see, you're getting the reflection in there, but this is the clock that Molly looks at to know where her family's at any given time. So it says prison, lost, Quidditch, mortal peril, tailor, bed, holiday, forest, work, garden, school, home, traveling. I'm not sure if I started with prison or not, but prison. And it is a real working clock, takes a battery, obviously has an alarm. So don't know, I'll probably use it as a clock. I don't think I'm going to use it as an alarm clock, but I think that's a pretty neat collector item to have, especially that it is a working clock. The other big box in here, and it's packaged really well, denoming spray. Will not harm houseplants. Spray liberally over garden to subdue and disorient gnomes before relocation. And each side of this box is decorated. So the box itself is a nice collectible to have. They really do a nice job with their packaging. And the spray bottle itself has a very similar label on it. It does work. I can feel the air coming out, so you could fill it with water and use it to mist your plants, or just set it on the shelf as a collectible. Next, I have a print, and I think they're going to be doing a print like this with each of the magic boxes. There was one with the first one. I think they're a nice collectible. I like the square size. They're really detailed, so they're fun to look at and try to pick up on all the details that you can spot in the print. So I think that's a nice way to remember, especially if you decide not to hang on to all the boxes. This is a much more easy to store collectible. And they also are doing these in each of the boxes, a photo strip. And this time we have Fred and George with one pygmy puff in the first picture, and then kind of like the Tribbles in Star Trek, as time goes on, the pygmy puffs take over the whole picture. So that's a fun little picture to have to make you think of the photo booth that may have been in the Weasley shop. Then we have this bag, and this is Weasley family recipes. I was kind of hoping it was going to have some of Molly's recipes inside. It doesn't. It just has one recipe card, which, you know, I'm sure if you wanted to do the same look throughout, you could photocopy that and then fill the other pages with it. The other pages are just blank. So I'm thinking they probably thought you could use it for recipes, or you could use it to store like your prints like these inside. I'm not sure how I'm going to use mine. I have a Harry Potter unofficial cookbook, so I don't know that I'd fill it with Harry Potter recipes, but it would be cool if LitJoy would consider doing some prints down the road with recipe cards that would fit in here so that we could build out our recipes. So hint, hint to LitJoy, maybe something to think about for future boxes. And I'm not done yet. This was a big box filled with a lot of things. Next, I think this is so cool. I'm trying not to get too much glare. The Weasley family, and you actually get the frame. It's a nice frame. It's a fun portrait with the twins, of course, making the rabbit ears, and Ginny with the typical smirk on her face, and just a really fun thing, again, to put on your bookshelf. I really like it. It's very unique. And then the last item is the marriage certificate for Arthur and Molly. So it says Arthur Weasley and Molly Pruitt were united in magical matrimony according to the laws of the Wizarding World on the 13th day of June, 1968. And it is witnessed by Septimus Weasley and Cedrella, I believe, Weasley, Fabian Pruitt, and Gideon Pruitt. And it even has, like, if you look close, it's still in the plastic, but you'll see there's even like ink marks, so that it looks very official. It's a really cool print to add to my collection. I have a lot of replica items from the Wizarding World that LitJoy has done over the years, and I love them. They're some of my favorite items in my collection, and I have them all in kind of a keepsake box. So that is everything that came in this magical crate. If you're interested in subscribing, I will put a link down below to my link tree. And if you click through, I believe you can save 10% by using my link. These boxes come out quarterly. They will not repeat this one. They may end up selling some of the items on their website in their shop. So you could watch there to see if there's something you saw that caught your eye and you want to see if you can buy it. They do, when they have excess, sell them in the shop. The next theme, I think, is the Magnificent Seven. So it will be Harry, Ron, Hermione, Draco, Ginny, Luna, and Neville. So that should be a really fun box. So if you're interested in subscribing, I'll put all the details down below. If you like this unboxing video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're interested in more unboxings or reviews or even giveaways that I will be doing soon, please subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. Thanks and have a magical day.